Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm the Deputy Aquarium Curator at the Horniman Museum and Gardens, and I'd like to talk to you today about decomposers, specifically aquatic decomposers. Obviously I work in an aquarium, so these are found in freshwater and saltwater environments. So a decomposer is an organism that will break down dead and decaying plant and animal matter and waste products and turn them into nutrients that the ecosystem can take up and utilize. So they basically recycle waste products in aquatic systems. They're the cleanup crew, essentially, of our oceans, lakes and ponds. So they're really important. If we didn't have decomposers, dead animals and waste products would just build up continually and pollute the environment and destroy that natural balance of the ecosystem. So they're very important. There are two main types of decomposers in our aquatic systems. First is the scavengers, which are my favourite. They come in all shapes and sizes, and they will feed on live animals but also on dead decaying matter. And then we have our decomposers. Mainly it's bacteria, especially in freshwater systems, and these bacteria are single-celled organisms. They are microscopic, so you can't see them with the naked eye, but bacteria are everywhere surrounding us in the water, on land, and in our oceans they will break down the organic matter through biological processes and chemical processes, and really they are the first things on the scene if an animal or a plant dies, because they generally coat all surfaces under the water and they'll start that process of breaking down. So back to the scavengers. So we have echinoderms, which are sea cucumbers, sea urchins, starfish, and these are able to actually move around and hunt down the dead decaying detritus that they basically consume and get their energy from. So sea urchins have these mouth parts at the bottom of them. Sea urchins are round, very spiky, and they'll actually graze off the dead organic matter across the rocks and surfaces. The same with the sea stars. We actually have sand-sifting starfish in our aquarium, and they live in the substrate, and they'll basically pick up any unwanted food, any sort of dead food, rotting food, clean up the whole sand bed by filtering it slowly. Another large group of decomposers are the worms. So we have worms that look like earthworms on land, really, that move through the substrate, cleaning the substrate up. We also have feathered duster worms, and these have beautiful feathery appendages which basically will take out any organic matter from the water column and digest them. So all different shapes and sizes. And then we have the crustaceans. So I'm sure if you've been down to a British rock pool, you'll have seen all manner of crabs, hermit crabs with their big shells, edible crabs. These are fantastic scavengers, detritivores. They will basically consume anything they can find and utilize the energy from it. So in our aquarium, detritivores and decomposers are very important. We'll have the bacteria that's naturally in our systems. Then ourselves, the aquarists, will do water changes, we'll siphon the substrate to remove any uneaten food and fish poo from the system. And then we will also buy in these decomposers. So we've got our sand-sifting starfish, we'll have crustaceans, we breed urchins at the Horniman to clean up our systems, anything to keep that natural ecosystem and cycling of recycling the nutrients through the system, which is so important. We also have a teeny tiny mysid shrimp, and this was actually a new discovery, really exciting. Quite recently we sent off a sample and it was an unrecorded species, so it's a brand new species called the Horniman mysid shrimp, and these are detritivores. These scuttle along the sea floor. They're benthic species, and they'll basically find and eat any detritus and utilize that for energy for themselves. So really important. What we can do to help our decomposers in aquatic environments is basically just look after our aquatic environments. If you go down to the beach or if you go down to a pond, make sure you take back any waste products that you've taken, any plastic. Make sure you clean up after yourselves. And if we just try generally to reduce our waste and impact on the environment, This will help our decomposers carry out their job and look after the natural balance of the ecosystems around us. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about our decomposers, and please come down to the aquarium where you can see them in action.